Alright boys, welcome to day 11 of Road to 100K. I'm starting this vlog really late. I just got out of work. It's currently 3:04 p.m. So to make it up for you guys, I'm going to be dropping my strategy reveal today. I'm going to be showing you guys the strategy I use. I know some of you guys been asking for it, so I'm going to do that. I wasn't even supposed to trade today, guys, but I looked at the markets while I was at work and it was so easy. Like, I saw the perfect setup, like A+. I'm like, I have to take it, but I only made like $250 on 3 accounts because like I literally entered the trade in like 2 minutes and got out, and because my manager was like literally staring at me on my phone, so I had to exit the trade. But I would have easily like made like over $1,000. I probably would have passed my funded, bro. But it's all good. There's opportunities every day, so I'm not tripping. But really easy setup today. Longs were just perfect today. Alright boys, welcome to the trade recap and strategy breakdown. So I'm going to be showing you guys the 3 easy steps that I do every day that makes me profitable. And first, I look for draw on liquidity and bias. So first things first, bias and draw on liquidity is the most important thing, because if your bias is wrong, then you're going to be trading in the wrong direction. So you want to determine first thing in the morning if you're bullish or bearish, but don't mirror your bias. So it could change throughout the day. Like, you could be thinking you're bullish, and then through the day you get bearish signs, and I'll get into that. And next, you want to look for a high time frame POI, basically the high time frame PD array, or like liquidity sweep into a PD array that you can find a lower entry on. And that brings us to the third step, where you find an entry that aligns with the high time frame POI, which is basically, if you guys don't know, time frame alignment is a 4-hour PD array goes with a 15-minute entry. 1 hour goes with a 5-minute. 15-minute goes with 1 minute, and 5-minute goes with 15-second. So this is time frame alignment right here. So if you're looking at a 4-hour point of interest, you want to find a 15-minute entry. If you're looking at a 1-hour point of interest, you want to find a 5-minute entry. If you're looking at a 15-minute, you want to find a 1 minute. If you're looking at a 5-minute, you want to find a 15-second. So sometimes they overlap. Like, sometimes you'll find a 4-hour and a 1-hour PD array together. Then I will just low-key look for the 5-minute because it's more precise and gives you a better risk to reward. The higher the time frame is, the more likely it's going to play out, but it would give you a less risk to reward. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys a live example of my strategy that I used this morning to trade. So first things first, going into the day, I was bullish because we had an hourly CISD right here. It's change in state of delivery right here, so I'm expecting higher price action. We have the same CISD here, and we also, our draw on liquidity was this 4-hour volume imbalance right here. So we had a 4-hour volume imbalance, and my entry was, because look, so now we determined our bias and draw on liquidity, right? So our bias is bullish because we have a CISD here, and we have a clear draw right here. So we have both of them, draw on liquidity and bias down. So now we look for a high time frame point of interest. The one I looked at was, I saw pre-market, we formed this bullish breaker block right here. And I personally like trading breaker blocks. You could trade order blocks, fair value gaps, and other stuff like that. I personally like breaker blocks because, I don't know, I just always like breaker blocks. So I marked out this hourly breaker block, right? And as soon as market opens, you go to the 5-minute, because since you see how I marked out an hourly breaker block, you want to go with the 5-minute, because remember, time frame alignment, 1 hour goes with the 5-minute, so we go on the 5-minute. And now on the 5-minute, we have another breaker block formed right here. So basically what I like doing is, let's say we get an hourly breaker block, I want to see a 5-minute breaker block form after we tap into the hourly. So as you can see, we tap into the hourly, which causes a breaker block to form. So we have a low high, lower low, higher high. So we mark out the 5 minute, and then this is usually where my stops are. So as soon as we break through, preferably I would like to close above, but with this strong push up like this, I probably would have entered just off seeing the reaction time. So I probably would have entered like somewhere here and stops at the breaker. And then what I do is I target a 1-to-1. I take 50% out, move my stops to break even, and then leave the rest running to a 2 risk reward. So I would have made $1,000 on this trade right here if I took this trade today. I did take this trade today. I'll show you my executions. I took this trade, but I exited it quick because I was at work and I shouldn't even be trading at work. So I just took it out quick, but I made an easy $200 trading. And I'll show you guys. Look, I entered right here, literally less than 5 minutes in this trade because like my manager was standing right behind me and I was on my phone, so I had to sell. But look at this. I caught this perfectly. Boom, we tap into this. Boom, sell right at the top. So made a quick, where is it? Made a quick $253 today. My account's now at 1.9K. And as you can see, we're 3 for 3 right now. No losing days. So yeah, I wish I was home. If I was home today, I probably would have passed my funded account because it was such an easy day today. Like longs just were so easy. So yeah, this is perfect. Like literally my perfect setup right here. And if you usually it's more or less risky to wait for the close above. So you could have even entered above here and it still would have played out because look, we have stops at the breaker. Stops at the breaker. We would have took partials at a 1-to-1, and then guess what? The 2-to-1 still would have hit, even if we entered at the candle close. So we still would have hit a 2 risk reward. So I definitely would have made way more money if I was home today. But hey, there's opportunities every day, so I'm not worried. I'm not tripping. I'm glad I didn't get FOMO. I'm glad I didn't chase this while I was at work because I could have easily blown my funded account. So I'm just glad at my patience, and I'm glad of trusting my system that I know that there's always another opportunity. But this is basically my strategy. You want to find a clear draw on liquidity, you want to find a higher time frame POI, and then you want to use time frame alignment to find an entry inside that POI. So usually it always happens like this. So look, the 5 minute dips down into the hourly gap. And then because of this dip down, we create a new breaker block, which is used as our entry. So you can either wait for it to tap back into the breaker block, but you see like this, I like entering at the formation. So because some people put their limit orders at this breaker block, but as you can see here, we never tap back into it. So you would have just had your limit set and you would have never got filled. So what I personally do is I enter as soon as we break above, and then I just put my stops at the breaker. So even if we do retrace inside the breaker, I won't get stopped out because my stops at the low of the breaker. So perfect entry, perfect model right here. And yeah, just it's such a simple, easy strategy. 3 easy steps. There's obviously stuff I haven't gone into detail with. Obviously other stuff I look at, but in terms of my entry model, this is the 3 basic things I use every time I enter a trade. So I can go into more details. I can explain more things, but it's going to be a longer video. I can make that later on down, but for now, this is the 3 simple steps I use: drawn liquidity bias, higher time frame POI, and then time frame alignment. So let me know if you guys need any explanations on this, or like if you guys don't know what a breaker block is, if you guys don't know what a volume imbalance is, just I can make a video on that. But it's basically just ICT concepts. But really simple, easy day today. Yeah. So I'll be back at it tomorrow, and let's keep the win streak going. I'm cooking right now. The strategy is insane. So yeah, took easy trade today, and we'll be back tomorrow. Alright boys, we just finished filming the trade recap and strategy breakdown, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key feeling hella lazy. Like I literally been just sitting around all day since I got back from work. So I gotta lock in, bro. I gotta I don't know. I'm just tired, bro. But I gotta keep working. Alright boys, we just ate some rice and tuna. Now we're about to go do some more back testing. Got to collect more data on my strategy, and yeah, so about to get to that, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Alright boys, we just did some more back testing. Now we're about to go eat something and yeah, start editing this video. We making some salmon. Spin. Sit. King Paul. Alright boys, we just finished editing the video. Oh my gosh, my hair's chopped. Anyways, about to read some scripture, then head to bed. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll continue pumping out these vlogs and y'all watch me get to the top.